Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we are talking NIOD Skincare. Now, I adore NIOD as a brand. In fact, how many times have you heard me say here on Mad About Skin, if it wasn't for that slightly higher price point, I would use NIOD exclusively in both my morning and evening skincare routines. I've been going on about that for the past 18 months, so I thought, look, it's time we bite the bullet, put my money where my mouth is, and actually put this to the test. Over the past 30 days, I've exclusively used NIOD products for my skincare routines, and this video is sharing with you the outcomes. Actually, I was really shocked and surprised. A lot of my thoughts and feelings have changed towards quite a few of their products. And I think this all comes down to consistency. To really know the true worth and the value of a product, you really have to use it consistently, day in, day out, over a long period to see those results shine through. And that's really what I've done. So I want you to sit back, relax. Let's do a deep dive into NIOD. Now, before we get into this, there's a couple of things I want to cover off. I'm actually going to be doing my morning NIOD routine throughout this video so we can chat. I can share the results of the products whilst applying them to my skin. I know that a lot of you guys like to see some more skincare routine based videos, so if that's something you want to see, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and a like to let me know, because I'm quite happy to film more of that content if that's what you guys want to see. I always say when it comes to purchasing skincare, you need to be mindful of your own budget and the price point that you want to spend. NIOD is definitely up there in terms of the price point, and it's not going to be accessible to everyone. It doesn't matter what you spend on skincare, the outcomes are determined by the quality of the products, not how much you pay. And honestly, I'm drugstore to my core. I recommend so many drugstore and affordable brands here on Mad About Skin that if NIOD isn't something that you can reach for, don't feel that you're missing out. There's lots of other brands to explore, and I'm going to leave a link to one of my drugstore favorites video up there. Definitely worth checking out. If you did fancy trying any of the products I mentioned in today's video, they're all linked in the description box below. And until the end of November, NIOD have their 23% off sale. So whilst the products are still a little bit up there in price point, it's a great time to save some extra coin and get yourself a little bit of a saving. Now, my thoughts, feelings and opinions have changed towards quite a few of these products, and I really want to update you on that. So in true Mad About Skin style, shall we just cut the waffle and delve straight on in? Off camera, I already did my cleanse, and I used this product, which is the NIOD Sanskrit Saponins cleanser. Now, I previously fangirled so hard about this. It's luxury, it feels bougie, it's got a gorgeous cocoa butter scent to it. It's one of my absolute favourite cleansers. Because it's got a slightly higher price point, previously I only used it when I needed that pick-me-up. When I wanted that spa-like experience at home, this is a product that I'd reach for. I think I was right to do that because having used this consistently for about 10 days, I found that it was starting to dry my skin out. It's definitely one of those products that I think even on my oily, acne-prone skin, if used too frequently, it can lead to some drying, and this is something to always be mindful of. I'm really glad I worked this out with this product, to be honest, and when I realised that it was this that was causing some drying in my skin, I started to use it every other day instead, and kind of mixed and matched it with this, which is my own brand, Mad About Skin Gentle Jelly Cleanser. These two actually paired really well together, and I use them on alternate days to kind of minimise any risk of dryness to the skin, because this one's super hydrating, but this feels luxurious and just sends you into that spa-like trance. I also off-camera use this, which is the Flavanone Mud Mask. Now, this new holy grail. Ding, ding, ding. Oh my gosh. Using this consistently has been game changing for my skin. I'm going to put a picture here of me using it this morning, prove that I have this on my skin. Okay, that colour is really off-putting and scary. I appreciate that. But you only leave it on the skin 10 minutes, so it doesn't matter. And actually, this reminds me of when I first bought a foundation when I must have been 18. I reached this brand called Collection 2000, which I think was available at the Body Shop. Sound off in the comment section below if you remember that. And that was literally the colour shade that I walked around with. So now, whilst I gasp at the colour when you apply this to the skin, actually, I was doing this most of the way through my teens. This product is so good. It goes on as a traditional mud mask. You think, meh, it's not really doing anything. It's quite nice, but it's not really adding too much value beyond a traditional mud mask. Then you wipe it off the skin and the tingling starts. It tingles, it prickles, it feels like it's honestly eating away all those dead skin cells, and you wash it off and you are glowing to the gods. I love this product. They recommend you use it once a week, which I definitely think is the maximum that I'd want to use it, and this is my Sunday night treat. It feels nice on the skin, but honestly, I notice when I wake up the following morning, I have fewer blackheads. My skin's definitely more dewy and glowy than it used to be, and all around, it's a really good skin day. I've wasted so much money over the years on face masks that have done very, very little. So if you want one that'll eat away at that congestion and those blackheads and just leave you at your glowing best self, I honestly think this is such a great buy. I will say though that if you're shopping this product, NIOD also do little metal spoons that you can buy. Make sure you put one of those in your cart. I think they're like £1, like $1.50, because this can be a little bit difficult to actually get out of the bottle. So having that scoop I think is a really nice bonus, and I kind of wish it just came with that as standard. But here we are, definitely put one of those spoons on order. Now, the exfoliating product from NIOD is this. This is the non-acid acid precursor. Very long name. It's a non-acid based exfoliant. I was really keen to try this out because lots of you guys have asked questions about whether this is a product which works well, does it deliver the results, and all of that good stuff. The reason I put off using it for so long is because I really love this, which is a much more affordable exfoliator, which is the ordinary lactic acid 10%. This is like £5, this is like £45. So with the price difference, I thought, why mess with success when this product works really well with me? Honestly, I'm not going to be using this product going forward. I think with the non-acid acid precursor, it can be really great for people with super sensitive skin that genuinely can't tolerate physical or acid exfoliants. This could be a really great option for you. However, I think for everyone else, there's just cheaper and more effective alternatives on the market. This was so gentle, honestly. I got like 0 results from it. I definitely found that I got more glow and more exfoliation from that Flavanone mud mask that I ever did from this product. And I think considering the price point, there's nothing that's going to want me to tear away from this ordinary 10% lactic acid. Again, if you're struggling to find an acid exfoliator that works for your sensitive skin, try polyhydroxy acids. They're super gentle because of their large molecule size. You'll get minimum irritation, but you'll get much better results than you will from this, and you can get products from like a fraction of the price, such as the Geek and Gorgeous Calm Down Exfoliant. So good, fraction of this cost, and delivers better results. I'm glad I tried it, but for me, I just don't see really where the market is for this. I don't think anyone's skin is that sensitive that they need to reach for this, and even if they did, I think they'd be a little bit underwhelmed with the results. Just my thoughts, and if you disagree with me, sound off in the comment section below, but I think I'll be sticking to my ordinary lactic acid on the couple of times a week I do exfoliate. Now that's everything that's been applied off camera, so we should probably just get on to putting these products onto my skin. And at this point, I'd want to neutralise and rebalance the skin, because that Flavanone mud mask, whilst it's fantastic, has a slightly lower pH than the skin's natural state, and I want to bring it back up to a 5.5 to allow me to put some peptides and other pH-sensitive serums on later in the routine. I love to do this after you've exfoliated, used a low pH vitamin C, or anything else in your routine. This is a really great chance to just rebalance everything. And I'd say of all the NIOD products, the ones that I'd reach for that rebalancing is this. This is the multi-molecular hyaluronic complex. Now, I am not the world's biggest fan of hyaluronic acid. I think we overuse it. It's in just about every single step of our routine. However, NIOD are really quite crafty, and they haven't put hyaluronic acid in a lot of their serums, which I definitely applaud. So if you do like your hyaluronic acid fix and you want to get it from NIOD, this is definitely a product that you can reach for. In terms of how it works on the skin, it's nice. It balances everything out, and I think it gives a nice level of hydration. For me, I don't think it's game-changing enough that I'm going to reach for it instead of something else, which is this, which is my Geek and Gorgeous Stressless Serum, fraction of the cost, and I think is my favourite product to buffer with. But this multi-molecular hyaluronic complex definitely gives a nice, meaningful level of hydration, dampens the skin down before the rest of your serums, and of course buffers out and neutralises that pH from the Flavanone mud mask. Just make sure everything's in tip-top optimum state for our rest of our routine. Now, when it comes to NIOD, I think to this point in the video, it's been a bit mixed in terms of my reviews of these products, but this is where it changes, because I think some of their serums, game-changing and amazing. The first one I'm going to use is this. This is a fractionated eye contour concentrate. Now, if you've watched my video on the best eye creams, which I'm going to leave a link to up there, this, hands down, the best one that I've tried, and I absolutely adore it. This has transformed my under eye area, and it instantly gives that lift. It helps to minimise any darkness and discoloration under the eye. It definitely reduces puffiness and inflammation. Honestly, this is so good. I loved it when I first tried it. Nothing's changed. I really don't want to ever be without this product in my own skincare routine. While all that sinks in, I'm going to move to this product, which is the NIOD Pigment. I have been the biggest fan of this for the longest possible time. It's one of the most expensive products from them, but it's one that I've used and repurchased time and time again. And the reason for that is it just works. So this is supposed to be a targeted hyperpigmentation treatment, which delivers 15 different ways of eliminating excess pigment and reducing the overall pigment production in the skin to even everything everything out, get rid of those dark spots, that discoloration. I have quite a lot of hyperpigmentation that's linked to my adult acne. I get a zit, it never fades properly, and it leaves behind a dark mark. And honestly, this has always worked so well for me. Based on other people's feedback, I think it varies depending on the type of hyperpigmentation you have as to whether this will be most effective or not. Certainly for my post-inflammatory and acne-based hyperpigmentation, this has worked really well. I actually use this as a spot treatment just to correct the areas where I see that hyperpigmentation. For me, it's on my temples where I tend to be at my most acne prone, and also just a little bit on the cheeks where, again, those spots tend to pigment the most. This will take around 30 seconds to sink in, and the pH of it is balanced to your skin, so you don't need to worry about it interacting with the other products, which is why I put it after that buffering hyaluronic acid step. Honestly, since using this, I found my hyperpigmentation to be about 60% improved, which honestly is game-changing for me and my self-confidence, and definitely the best product in terms of the speed and the best results that you get of all the hyperpigmentation treatments I've tried. This, I loved it before, I still absolutely love it and won't be without it. Now that we've applied that re-pigment, I'm going to move on to the next step, which is this. This is a copper amino isolate serum. Now, I've been using this for the past 12 months, but I'd say intermittently. I often mixed it up with other peptides in my routine, so it's only over the past 30 days that I've used it as my standalone one go-to peptide. And honestly, I've discovered some really great results. I think this kind of proves that consistency is key with whichever product you go for. So this contains copper peptides, which are clinically proven to boost the levels of collagen and elastin in the skin, which can retain that firmness and elasticity that sometimes we lose as we age. It's a powerful anti-aging serum, and honestly, I think this is game-changingly good. They do two formulations of it. They do this, which is the serum, and they do the copper amino isolate lipid. That's in more of a gel-like texture. I think both of them deliver great results, having used them both, but I'd say it all comes down to price point and the texture that you prefer. I actually prefer the lipid in terms of how it applies. It's easier to put on the skin. It's also less messy in the palm of your hand. However, here in the UK, it's so much more expensive for the equivalent amount of applications as the serum, which is why I always go back to this one. It's definitely worth checking out the price point wherever you are in the world, because the cost of that lipid varies wildly from country to country, and in some places it's actually cheaper than the serum. So I'd say work out which you prefer in terms of texture and what price point they're offering wherever in the world you are before you're deciding which one to purchase. I'm going to be sticking to the serum, and having learned over the past 30 days that consistency can deliver additional benefits, I think I'm going to use this every single day in my morning skincare routine. Then on an evening, I'm going to use my ordinary Azuraline and Matrixyl combo that I've fallen in love with. If you want to know why I love that specifically, I'll leave a link to a video up there that's worth checking out. But I think this for my morning routine and that combo in the evening are going to give really great results because I'm using them consistently. Look at that gorgeous blue colour. I tend to use 4 drops of this, and then I just apply it liberally to the skin. I focus down on the crow's feet area because that's somewhere where I think that added collagen and elastin will benefit, and I take it down onto the neck and the tops of my ears. This sinks in like that, so that's something to be really mindful of. You have to work really, really quick with this product, whereas you don't as well with the lipid. I find you get a little bit more playtime with that to really spread it across the skin, but this feels so good. Now that's actually the bulk of the routine that I want to talk you through today, but I've got a couple of other products I'm going to come on to. One thing you might think is missing is I haven't actually reached for the NIOD ethylated ascorbic acid network, which is their vitamin C product. The reason I didn't is A, that's a 30% concentration of vitamin C, which I think is just too strong for my skin based on previous experiences. But also, I just don't think I need it. I've got some really great pigment correcting products with that NIOD Repigment and the Flavanone Mud Mask. I've got some great antioxidants that I'm going to come on to now, and I've got some collagen boosting benefits from that copper peptide serum. I really don't think I need the additional level of spend and additional product from reaching for that ascorbic acid network. However, it will all come down to personal preference, and of course, I think it's a really great product. It's just not the right one for me, which is the main reason I didn't purchase it as part of this trial, because I knew it would go to waste, and I absolutely detest waste. Now we're going to come on to this product, which is the NIOD Survival 30, sunscreen and antioxidant in one. Now, I again use this on and off for like the past 12 months, but having used it consistently over the past 30 days, game changing. Hopefully you can see from my skin today, there's zero makeup or concealer or anything on my skin. I feel so much more glowy. I feel my skin is much more plump. I definitely have diminished fine lines and wrinkles. My skin confidence has gone through the roof in the past 30 days. I'm obviously going to come on to my final thoughts and feelings in a minute, but a lot of that I associate with this product. I like to put a couple of pumps on this to make sure you get good coverage. And whilst an SPF 30 in this format might not be enough for those really high intensity UV days when you might be on the beach or you're spending a lot of time in the sun and you might want to go for another product, another sunscreen, that's absolutely fine. But I find this is perfect for the winter months here in the UK where I'm just running errands and I've got minimal UVB exposure. This is absolutely fantastic. Glides onto the skin, gives you a really good skin day and just feels like satin. Oh, it is so good. Hands down, I don't think I'm ever going to not apply this in my morning skincare routine. Yes, maybe I'll use another SPF on top of it. Just depends on what I'm doing that day, but this is definitely remaining as a firm staple and something that I've definitely learned over this 30-day trial. Now finally, I'm going to apply this. This is the NIOD Photography Fluid Opacity 12%. This technically isn't skincare, this is a highlighter, but I also find it does a bit of colour correction and just gives you a really nice look to the skin. It's a bit on the messy side. That is the one thing I'll call out with this product. It gets everywhere, but that's okay because honestly, that glow is so good. I like to dab it just on the high points on my cheek, a bit on the nose, a bit on the forehead, and then I work it in. Now this is a product you could technically use all over the face, but I like to use it more as a highlighter. They do an 8% if you want a slightly less intense glow, but this, just feels so good on the skin. It works in beautifully, corrects everything down, and I think just gives you that little bit of glow, that little lift, which hopefully you can see. I don't know if it picks up on camera, but just gives the skin the most beautiful finish. It's not essential. It's definitely makeup and not skincare, but you know what? It's actually one of the least expensive products from NIOD. That's how I justify it, and I don't really don't see me not having that in my collection. So there you have it, guys, my NIOD skincare routine. Over the past 30 days of using just NIOD in my routine, what are my thoughts and feelings? Well, first and foremost, I am a little bit bored. Now, I'm someone that likes to mix and match my skincare. I like to use different brands. I like to get different textures and all of that. And so I don't think I'm ever going to just stick with one brand, be that NIOD or any other on the market. I just like that choice and I like to mix and match all my favorite brands. So that's one thing I will call out. However, the results, game changing. Ding, 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 10 out of 10. I've fallen in love with so many of these products in different ways than I thought I would. Let's start very quickly with just the negatives, the products that have changed my mind. I don't think that multi-molecular hyaluronic complex is adding anything more, even after 30 days of consistent use, than any other hyaluronic acid serum on the market is. Don't think it's actually worth the additional money. Similarly, the Sanskrit Saponins cleanser, which was one of my ride or die favourite products, I think I've now taken a second look at and think it is actually a little bit stripping and drying if you use it every single day. So I'd say keep that as that treat product. When you need that boost, that lift me up, that spa-like experience, that'll work, but I don't really think I'm going to reach for it day in, day out. So again, I've learned and I can then tailor it to what my skin's needs are. In terms of those serums, the Pigment, the NIOD Copper Amino Isolate Serum, and that beautiful fractionated eye contour concentrate, used consistently every single day, honestly, have paid me so many dividends in terms of my skin, my confidence, and the way that I present myself to the world. I definitely think those three are going to become like my trinity, my holy grail, that I will definitely be reaching for and repurchasing time and time again. The real revelation for me was that Flavanone mud mask. You use that once a week consistently, I think you'll see great results. I'm actually started to wonder whether that's the true product that's given me the glow, the luminosity. It's hard to tell when you've tried a lot of new things in 1 month period, but that stands out as being a real favourite of mine, and one that I definitely think is worth treating yourself to. The Opacity fluid is a nice to have. Again, I'm glad I tried it and I'm definitely going to keep using it, but you've got to think of that price point, and I'm sure there's cheaper highlighters on the market, but that's kind of not my area of expertise. I just happen to really like this one. So hopefully you can see through this video, I think my thoughts and feelings at NIOD. Actually, I do think it's worth paying the extra money for. However, do I think you need to? Absolutely not. It all comes down to your personal budget, what you want to spend on skincare, and of course the outcomes that you want and expect. I've got some really great results here, and I'm so pleased to be able to share them with you in this end-to-end skincare routine. But always be mindful of the cost of products, and I'll happily share with you some drugstore alternatives if you want that in a separate like NIOD dupe style video, so sound up in the comments section below. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.